Hello and welcome to Why Did Exeter not go for 3 points at the weekend? Hi, I'm Paul, the guy behind DrivingMaul, your best place for rugby opinion and predictions. And welcome, yes. At the weekend, we had the European Rugby Champions Cup round 6, the last round of the group stages. Exeter needed to beat Munster and come away with 4 points more than Munster. Not score more points, but get 4 more points, as in sort of winning points and also bonus points than Munster. And during that game, Exeter did what they always do, is they didn't kick goals. It took them like 4 or 5 rounds of the Premiership before they actually kicked or attempted to kick a penalty. And yet a whole bunch of people came out and said, and have still been coming out saying, that Exeter should have kicked 3, they should have mixed things up, and getting the scoreboard ticking over is something that's very important. Now, Exeter needed obviously to stop Munster from scoring a losing bonus point, so they needed to get more than 7 points ahead, which is all part of it. But even if that hadn't been the case, this is very much Exeter's mode operandi anyway. So the chances of them kicking penalties is very slim, and there's a good reason for that. It's to do with their sort of the whole strategy and the whole culture of the club. Now, you're going to be saying, but Paul, they need to have an option B and all this kind of stuff. And that is true to a certain extent. Also, if you look back at, I remember reading Johnny Wilkinson's book, and he's a big proponent of keeping that scoreboard ticking over and using scoreboard pressure. And we saw that a lot in Clive Woodward's Rugby World Cup winning team, is that's what they would do. They would keep that scoreboard ticking over and let the scoreboard pressure the opposition and make them chase the game ball. Now, that's not Exeter's style of play. Their style of play is to keep hold of the ball and to starve the opposition of the ball. We see that a lot. And they had much more possession than Munster did, especially in that first half of the game. The other thing also is Rob Baxter's philosophy around playing. Now, he has come in for criticism from Exeter Chiefs fans in the past for only having for how Exeter changed their style of play once they get into the 22, and basically the forwards keep hold of it and try and bash their way over. Now, one of Rob Baxter's comments about this is that, look, if you and also they've come under criticism for not taking drop goals pretty much ever. And Rob Baxter's point of view on this one is around training, right? So you only have so many training hours a week. Now, you have a choice of your attacking hours, however many you choose. You can choose to split those either between plan A and plan B, or you just go, right, I'm going to have plan A, and I'm going to do it very, very well. And that's what Exeter Chiefs have basically done, is they said, right, we are going to train and train and train and train and train, so we are as good as it is possible to be in this method, which basically involves their forwards taking over the ball in the 22. It involves when they ever get a penalty, that they kick to the corner and go for a line out more, and that's how they train, and that's the philosophy of that's the coaching philosophy of the team and the culture of the club, is to be exceptionally good at one thing and do that, rather than be just good at 2 things and have 2 different options. Now, you can agree or disagree with that approach, but if you're surprised or you're saying the Chiefs should have taken 3 points, then you're not understanding the culture and the training philosophy that Exeter have in that area, and that's why you're saying that. So those are my thoughts on this. I'm sure there'll be plenty of you who will disagree, as I've seen already on Twitter and Facebook. But there you go. That's how I see and how I think Exeter Chiefs are set up. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, up there is how you can subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other of my predictions or opinions. Actually, predictions are actually on the DrivingMaul Predictions channel, not this one, but hey, go and check that out as well. And if you've got this far, there's a AI or artificial intelligence that YouTube has, and they say these 2 videos here are going to be videos that you absolutely adore. So go check those out too.